Obviously, Hogwarts Legacy has come out now, and people are very, very upset. Now, this isn't going to be a long video because everyone's covered this Hogwarts Legacy thing to death, and honestly, it's tired and boring now. The game's apparently very successful. I've played it myself. It's a good game. But obviously, people on Twitter were very upset with the fact that it's doing so well. And they went so far as to build a website that is called havetheystreamedthatwizardgame.com. And basically what this is that they've taken it down now because they realized that this was such a stupid thing to do, to try to, I don't know, like out people for enjoying a game about wizards.
This goes back to the whole notion of people have got too much time on their hands.
This is crazy. J.K. Rowling did not develop this game. You understand that, right? You cannot be so far up your own arse that you think that other people shouldn't be allowed to enjoy some piece of media because the person that designed the media doesn't align with your views. Let me remind you, donuts, who Walt Disney is. Walt Disney was an open racist. Openly racist. Now, does enough time need to pass for us to enjoy their products? Because I'm pretty sure all you guys like Mulan. I'm pretty sure all you guys like Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm pretty sure all of you like Hercules and all the other Disney shows and all the other Disney movies that have come out. But you're okay with him being an open racist. Is that what I'm getting from you? Is him being an open racist less of a problem than J.K. Rowling talking about things that people have believed up until 15 minutes ago? Is that what you're telling me? So much so that you build a flipping website to check who's streaming the game. To do what exactly? Are you going to out them to their employers that they're playing a transphobic wizard game? The game's not even transphobic itself. It's just a game about wizards.
Mm-hmm. Make it make sense.
You people are sad and pathetic, and you need to do something with your lives. This is honestly one of the most stupid attempts at cancellations or calling attention to something that I have ever seen. You have to understand the level of privilege that you have to go onto a social media platform to complain about other people enjoying a piece of media. Next time Disney releases a Marvel film, I want to see all of you up on Twitter hashtagging it. Cancel this film because it comes from a racist.
I think also you're just making yourself look silly.
The thing is that there are things to protest over. And maybe you might protest over something that I can get behind one day. But if I keep on seeing dumb tweets like this and your time and your attention spent on people playing a game where you say Wingardium Leviosa into someone's face and that's what triggers you, you are sad, pathetic, you are lacking a backbone, and you likely have no bright future ahead of you because all you're going to be doing is wasting your stupid time on stupid issues like this, non-issues.
I think people are always just looking for a problem within anything these days because don't you remember that Scooby-Doo one that we did? And they were trying to cancel it or something because somebody was a bad guy. Who was, Velma was a snitch or something?
Oh, no.
LeBron James?
Yeah. Velma was in a game called Multiverse.
Yeah.
And one of her special moves is she can call the police on you. And because LeBron James is in the game and she can call the police, the idea that they would put a black guy in the police car, people got upset about it.
But you see, the thing is, like, these games are just made to just have fun and people are picking them apart and finding problems. Yeah,
it's honestly absurd. But just to close out the video, because like I said, people have covered this to death. The game is very successful. You weirdos on Twitter completely failed. I think people bought 2 copies in response to it. You're going to continue to fail for as long as you continue doing this stuff. Why don't you actually fight battles that matter? I know there's not a lot of them. I know you guys nitpick at everything, but try and find something worthwhile. This is not something you're ever going to win. You were never going to get people to not buy Hogwarts Legacy. I'm not even a Harry Potter fan and I want to play the game. It looked that good. You must have known that this was a losing battle. But that's fine, label us bigots, whatever. I want to show you this video. I'm going to play it. It's from a creator called Long Beach Griffey, and it pretty much sums up this argument completely.
Hey, bro, I just ordered Hogwarts Legacy.
Excuse me, nigga!
What's good, bro?
Bro ain't my pronouns, bitch. Did you really just say you getting that motherfucking Hogwarts game?
Yes, ma'am.
If you buy Hogwarts Legacy, read any of the books, have any of the merchandise, watch any of those fucking movies, you are contributing to transphobia.
Jesus Christ, how?
Because J.K. Rowling is a transphobe and Harry Potter is deeply rooted in transphobia. Everything J.K. Rowling does, including breathe, is transphobic. Well, what did J.K. Rowling say exactly? I don't fucking know. I never researched it. All I know is she's transphobic based on the Twitter feeds of my peers.
I love that. I don't know. I never researched it, but she's transphobic.
This happens with everything these days. You ask someone, why do you think this person is a violent homophobe? Why do you think this person is transphobic? I don't know. I saw something.
I don't know. I just know.
I saw a clip, a 1-minute clip that someone spliced together to feed their narrative, which I am now eating. We're not even at the end of the video, and he's basically said everything that needs to be said. And he's doing it in a comedic way because you have to take the piss at this point.
But as well, I think what he's doing is breaking it down in baby steps so people can understand as well.
Yeah, I just love it. You know, these everyone jumps on the bandwagon. Oh, I hate this person. You know, she says these things that I don't like. Well, what did she say? Oh, I don't know. She just said some stuff.
Yeah.
Like she just said things. I don't. Okay, fine. I'm not saying you have to like tell me what they said.
Maybe if you had explanations for things, people would be more intended to understand you or believe you.
I would like to understand it, but I don't think they understand either. That's the point. They don't even know what they're talking about.
Gosh darn it. Well, I don't want to be transphobic. I mean, I heard though there wasn't any transphobia in the game. Did you play it? Listen, I don't have to play a game to know that it's transphobic and harmful to trans persons. How are trans persons being harmed by other people playing a video game that more than likely doesn't have transphobia in it at all? It's harmful to our rights, and it's making us upset that people are playing the game, and it just sets us back 400 years.
The way they act, you would think that they were in chains and cornfields the way black people were enslaved. It's honestly insane because I've heard the argument as well that it's infringing on our rights, so it's setting us back or whatever. And I know that you don't believe that. I know you don't believe it. There's no way you believe it. There's just no way. Someone playing a game that has nothing to do with you. Nothing whatsoever. There's no hint. I don't know if maybe I'm getting this wrong, but I'm pretty sure you can make a non-binary character in the game. Correct me if I'm wrong. I heard you can make a trans character or a non-binary character. I don't know. I made a male character, but regardless, even if you couldn't, in no way does the release of Hogwarts Legacy or any sequels that they do for this game or prequels is ever going to affect you. It does not invalidate your existence. You just invalidate your own arguments. That's it.
Well, I'm pretty sure people aren't thinking about trans persons in a derogatory way while playing a video game. Have you seen Twitter? No one is taking us serious. They keep saying that they're going to buy the game anyway. And they're saying that we're reaching. Has anyone in the LBGT ever reached on Twitter? Oh. Do you like Disney? Lack of trans representation, but I suppose. Well, Walt Disney was a racist. Like, a literal Nazi.
Maybe it's a thing where they don't care as much if enough years have passed, but then it kind of delegitimizes your argument. If you really stand for something, then stand for it. Or are you saying that the alleged transphobia in Hogwarts Legacy or the purchasing of it is worse than someone being an open racist, yet being a multi-millionaire?
But years later, all the TV and films are hella inclusive. J.K. Rowling may or may not have said something transphobic, but years later, due to prior events, the Hogwarts Legacy is all inclusive. You know? So I think Walt Disney and J.K. Rowling kind of go hand in hand. Okay, if I can be fair, what you're saying is J.K. Rowling is also a racist Nazi and a transphobe. Oh, I'm telling Twitter right now.
It really is like that as well.
That's what it's like. I'm guessing that's what people would take from it as well. Rather than trying to see the logic in the comedic skit, the point is that a lot of the brands that you purchase from, a lot of the media that you consume, a lot of the people that built these companies where we we now just see them as an everyday part of life. A lot of these people had crazy views. Now, J.K. Rowling, as far as I'm aware, does not have any views in line as something as dramatic as a Nazi, which is what Walt Disney was, an open racist. Okay. So if you are okay watching Marvel shows and you're okay watching the Muppets, if you're okay watching the Simpsons, if you're okay watching all these things that Disney own, watching these cable networks, like there's a lot of news networks that they own as well. I don't know if they own ESPN or ABC. If you're okay consuming all of that, then you are a hypocrite and you are also a bigot.
Yeah, you're also not allowed to go Disneyland as well.
Yeah, stay away from Disneyland. Take off your Iron Man underwear. Put your Marvel's Avengers game, put it back in the disc, out of the PlayStation. All of your Marvel Tupperware. What else is Disney? Star Wars. All of your Star Wars stuff, throw it in the bin. If we're going to live our lives like this, let's follow suit. Let's actually do it. Do what you preach and maybe we'll take you seriously. But until then...
But it also needs to just make sense and be within reason as well.
I mean, that's too much to ask. None of this makes sense. And at no point has there been any reasonable suggestions made. They're just hypocrites. They jump on one bandwagon after another. Now, I'm going to extend an olive branch before I finish this video off. I don't have the tweets to hand, but I did see trans people saying that the website URL that they made to out people for playing it, a lot of them were saying this is dumb. Like, this is too far. Yeah. I think there's a line where some of them are like, we're not going to support this because we don't like the creator. Whatever. Still think you're hypocrites because you're probably buying Disney stuff. But then there's less out people that are trying to play this game. Those people that are doing that are the worst of the worst. I mean, it's bad enough that you would boycott the game off that stupid premise, but trying to out people who are just trying to enjoy the game of their followers on a stream is ridiculous. I don't know to what end you're doing that. Don't know if you're trying to get them in trouble with their employers, but it's mad. And another thing, I've seen some big content creators crying over the fact that people are in their stream chats bullying them. I understand that I don't have a massive following like some of these streamers. I guarantee you my skin is thick enough to deal with some punks in a stream chat saying that I'm transphobic. I'm going to continue playing the game regardless. It does not matter to me. As a matter of fact, you've been on the receiving side of hate. You've been on the receiving side. Was you curled up into a ball saying I'm not playing, I'm not filming no more, that's it?
Practically. I had my moment though.
You can have your moment, but if you're sitting there crying over some comments on the internet, I'll make this be clear. I have not ever dealt with that myself, but you've dealt with it and you're still here. And I know loads of people that have dealt with it. If you're a big streamer making millions of pounds to sit around playing games and you're crying because some internet troll said some mean things to you or called you a transphobe because you're trying to enjoy Harry Potter, you're a bitch as well. And to the streamers that are complaining about it, like Hassan, this is your fault, bruv. That's your audience. You and Ethan are out there always espousing the dumbest shit and radicalizing these imbeciles in your stream chats. And now you're saying stuff like, I don't want to play it because, they're all going to come for me. Those are your people, bruv. You did this.
Transphobic, 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 transphobia, transphobic, 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 transphobes, transphobic, 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 transphobic.
And I want people to have a more positive approach to dealing with issues.
Transphobes, transphobic, 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 transphobic. You are just a trans person. Sorry, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Everybody knows how much leftist love to chirp on the internet. They got no power. All they do is chirp, chirp, chirp. And that's precisely why so many people that would otherwise like play it, maybe even raise money for, charities or whatever. I got yelled at endlessly and relentlessly on my alt account. Like they were making it seem like I was already transphobic for even thinking about this. And now look at that.
Everyone's to blame here. I'm going to go play Hogwarts Legacy.